Recording in progress.
There you go. Hello, Miss Tiffany. Hello, Miss Tiffany.
Yes.
What's I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, Miss Tiffany. What city are you located?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, okay, Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago, so I know a little. I've been through Michigan a few times.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm driving now. I have my daughter has a skating party that her school is.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I am in the cold area.
Oh, well, I think you about to start. It was nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right. Hello.
Yep, we here, brother. We just muted.
Okay. Like I said, still having a little trouble pulling up all the slides, but this is the main slide that I have right now. On some of the things and topics I'm gonna touch as far as when it comes to senior placement. You know, first and foremost, I want to thank Alan for giving me this platform to share this with you guys. I know you guys are all into home care and assisted living. This taps into the assisted living portion of things. So I just want to say first and foremost, thank you for, giving me this platform to share this information. Because I know at times a lot of us, we don't dive off the deep end just due to the fact that we don't have the information. And this is a business model that is great. It could be used as a side hustle. It could be used as your main business, and it all goes into one of my sayings is you get what you put in. You get what you put into it. So real quick, first question I know is, what is senior placement? For us, basically, we help families navigate the challenges of moving their loved ones into a senior community. Of course, we want to make sure that we're able to to meet their needs and budget as far as levels of care. I always like to say I consider myself a real estate agent of senior care. Because basically we're that middleman, finding the facilities that best fits their needs and their family budget. There's three types of different facilities that we mostly deal with. We have our independent living facilities. These are for seniors that are active. They really don't need any level of care. They're just there mostly to help with social opportunities as far as meeting new people of their age, and they're very independent. Our second is something you guys deal with, is the assisted living portion. Of course, these seniors are active, but they do need help with their activities of daily living, such as bathing, dressing, and medication management. And then third of all is our, memory care facilities that we deal with. Those are providing housing for seniors, 24-hour care, mostly focused on patients with Alzheimer's disease and forms of dementia. You know, those facilities are mostly focused on improving the quality of life, reducing confusion and patient wandering. All three of those facilities, when it comes to senior care placement, you know, those are our top three that we focus on. You know, as you get into this business and you meet with the patients and you kind of understand their level of care and what they need, you know, you can kind of break down and see where they would best fit, either an independent living facility, assisted living facility, or memory care. With this business, there's two business models. You have one that's a referral source business model. With that, it's your service you're providing is free to the family, and you get paid through the facility. Usually, the way that breaks down is, depending on the facility, you get first month's rent for that placement. Most of the time, the patient has to be there for about 30 days. You know, no incidents where they're going back and forth to the hospital, or, you know, any other type of facility. So they're locked in place for 30 days. You'll get that first month's rent. You can negotiate with the facilities. Usually you can get 100% to 80% of that first month's rent. I'm seeing now a lot more of the corporate-based facilities are pushing more towards the 80%. If you have a residential assisted living facility that you're dealing with, most of the times they're more willing to negotiate and, you know, give you that 100% due to them being smaller, and not having, you know, that base for marketing to get their rooms filled. The second business model is, of course, the fee for service. That is just paid up front through the family. I personally, our company, we use the referral source model. You know, it's just a great way to be that middleman and that back end source. It also helps me build partnerships throughout the community, as opposed to me just dealing with family members. You know, I'm building those strong relationships with you know, the community liaisons, those folks in the business development, social workers, you know, so it's also helping push the company name out there as well. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, you know, with that first month's rent, on average, you know, depending on where you are, that ranges from $4,500 to $10,000. $10,000, of course, are more your newer assisted living facilities that are more higher end, geared, you know, towards those are the ones that are geared, you know, they're more modern looking facilities that are geared towards higher end clientele. But like I said, it's a very lucrative opportunity. Another thing, like I said, and, you know, I always push this, is you get what you put in. Like I said, you can use this as a side hustle, where you're just marketing through social media, print marketing, boots on the ground, and, you know, you're actually going to these facilities. You know, it's all however much you want to put into it. But on the back end, it's very lucrative for you. It's a very lucrative opportunity. Now, some of the challenges that come with senior placement, you know, a lot of the times, you know, you're dealing with family members that, you know, are overwhelmed. They're going through a lot, you know, because having to place a family member is very stressful, you know. So, you know, you're dealing with all types of emotions. But you know, once you have your program down, as far as, you know, the questions you need to know to narrow down what type of level of care these patients and your clients need to go to, you know, you're going to see it's going to be a lot more streamlined. But when it comes to building those relationships, you know, that is the key, because when we're out here marketing, and you know, you're putting that business card down and you're putting that pamphlet down, you just want to make sure that your name's getting out there, you know. The number one key to growing this business is marketing, 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 marketing. You know, whether, you know, like I said earlier, whether it be social media, whether it be boots on the ground, whether it be paid advertisement, whatever it is, you know, you just want to constantly have your name out there. You know, we grew our business from, you know, a small office in Texas. Um, we now have offices Texas, Florida, and in Georgia. So, you know, one of the keys for me that I saw for growing the business goes back to those relationships. While I was out there marketing, I would meet community liaisons that worked at home care agencies. Um, so I offered them a proposition. I said, you know, you're already out there meeting the same people that, you know, need placements, but your agency, they're only dealing with home care, you know, but you might come across somebody that, you know, needs assisted living help. You know, keep my card, and I can offer 1/3 of that, you know, first month's rent as a commission. So, you know, it was one way to keep people motivated. It grew the base, grew the revenue. That way we could expand. Um, I would say with this business, you know, 80% of your expenses is just going to be marketing. This is a very low overhead type of business. I mean, you know, all the stuff you're going to spend your money on is basically marketing. But, you know, you can run this business from anywhere. Um, some of the things that I also wanted to go over is when it comes to payments. When you're dealing with patients and their family members, the biggest question that comes up is, how am I going to pay for this? You know, some folks, you know, they've saved all their life. They've gotten, you know, they've gotten everything in order, and you know, they were prepared for this moment. Many times, you know, life happens. You know, things come up, and you know, people don't have that nest egg ready when it comes to long-term care. You know, so a lot of the times, the assisted living portion to get, you know, to pay for housing is usually paid out of pocket. You know, a lot of the times, you know, it comes through patients' 401k, Social Security, them selling the house that they once were in. All those forms of payment work towards the housing cost, but a lot of the time, there's still a difference left over. Um, One of the things that we do is we work with the Medicaid waiver. Basically, what that is, it's a waiver that patients sign to basically supplement that income for housing. You know, right now they are offering about 1,200 to 2,000 for housing. The only thing is there is a waiting list. So that is the downside of the business, is like, you know, you mostly are dealing with, you know, higher end clients just due to the high cost of placing somebody. Um, but you know, there are alternatives and creative ways to fix that and get a patient placed. So you know, those are some of the key things that I was going over. Also, you know, for me, I believe in patient advocacy. You know, with our company, you know, once we place somebody at a facility, you know, the care doesn't just stop there. A lot of the times, you know, the patient might not have a voice while they're at the facility. So what we do is our community relations team out to follow up on those patients that they placed. You know, find out, is there anything that they don't agree with, you know, some changes that need to be made, you know, and you become that voice for that patient at those facilities. So, you know, it's a great thing. It gives back. It gives you that feeling of giving back, and you know, it's like I said, it's a very lucrative business. It's just something that, you know, you really have to put your time and effort into, um, if you want to expand and grow. But you can also, you know, um, really make some good coin as a side hustle as well.
Yo, I really like, excuse me, I ain't gonna cut you off, but I really like the idea of like the advocacy piece. Like, I never thought of that. Like just, staying in contact, like kind of like following up, seeing how they're doing. And if and then like you said, if there's some changes, so there might be some even though they do have a uniform disclosure agreement that they have to sign, families and patients do get into different facility situations and do get caught off guard with different surprises and things that they weren't expecting. So doing that follow-up
Yeah.
call, you know what I mean, and then keeping that follow-up going, that's a really good piece that I didn't think about until you just said that. So yeah, that was really
it's really great for your reputation. Because a lot of the times, people might think it's transactional, everything that we're doing. But just that little piece shows that, you really care about the patient as opposed to just this being a transactional situation. So, it helps them as well. It also helps you gain leverage when you're negotiating with the ALFs. A lot of the times that's another thing that we do is negotiate the prices. A lot of the times, like, if I can steer people to an ALF I've done business with in the past, because one of the things is when you go to these facilities time and time after again, you get to know everybody. You get to know their staffing situations. You get to know the ins and outs. You get to know their care ratios. So, this is the inside information that you gather that, like, well, I'd rather steer, such and such to Alan's home care, or Alan's ALF because, I've got to know the staff. I know he's fully staffed. He's got great ratios. Everybody I've met out there is nice. The facility's clean. These are things that, when patients are looking online at facilities, yeah, you see the Google images, everything looks great, but you offer that behind the scenes piece as well. So real quick, I mean, if anybody has any questions or anything, I'll open the floor up. But like I said, with this business, you get what you put in. You get what you put in, just like in anything in life. If you're out there knocking on doors, getting in people's faces, things open up, and they'll open up quite quickly. So.
Sorry about that. I had walked up for a second. Have you ever thought about like, was somebody talking? Oh, okay. I keep hearing an echo. It was so what we like to do in home care, we kind of started right before COVID. We had to pull back after COVID. Was during COVID was like facility sponsorships where we'll come in as like as a home care service and kind of like bring some new life, new energy, or some type of new activity or new value add to that facility. So whether that's through like entertainment, activities, educational seminars, like series, I feel like that's another great way to kind of like add value. So if you have a community, say if you have an assisted living community, and I like to stay in like people. I don't want people to go too far out of what they usually do. So say for example, you're a chef, or you have like you have a passion for cooking, and but you also have a home care service, and now you merge the two by saying, okay, we're going to sponsor this facility. I don't know if chef really works, but you make it offer cooking classes or like baking events or different things that relate to cooking, or you dietary training, or for different for different diet needs. So like obviously for the more advanced facilities, that's not going to be a thing. But like more independent or like low level care, these are things that you can offer like in the day rooms or depending on what type of facility it is, the size and stuff like that. But just coming up with different creative ideas to bring value, excitement, and just breathe new life into the facility. So that's something that we're really excited about, and we're trying to kind of get back into it, get back into the thinking, and how we're going to go approach it better this way, and with some new ideas. But I feel like I don't see like that not being a good strategy for senior placement as well. Just like I call it community sponsorship.
Yeah, definitely. That goes into the marketing aspect for us. Just exactly what you spoke of. We currently do a version of that. We go into the ALFs and we do a family feud, and it just goes back to building those relationships with those community partners because, not all the time is somebody gonna directly come to me and say, hey, I have my grandma, she needs placement. A lot of times, this comes from word of mouth. It comes from other people. It comes from, community liaison for home care that tells you, hey, look, I got somebody that needs to get placed in an ALF, but they don't really have the funds, to do that, or they don't know where to start, and we become that bridge for them, and just like I might come across in on my travels, home care referrals where I can't accept, but you know what, through the partnerships and the relationship building I've done, I have those outlets where I can send people things, and now we're working together.
I never thought about it coming back the other way. Yeah, definitely. Because we do both. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. Like if you were only doing placement and then you're in the field and you're getting those home care referrals, man, if you were bringing me, I'm at 500 like off top. If we sign them, if we close the contract, and we get at least a 40-hour shift, you're getting $500, brother. I'll split it up in like the first two, a couple invoices, but yeah, we're gonna pay you 500 per referral.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's like I said, like I always tell my staff, it's like it's all about building those relationships out there in the field, and then a lot of things is with the community liaisons, there's always constant change. So they go from one company to the next, but their referral sources usually stay the same. So the referral sources are usually loyal to them. So I mean, if you're able to build those relationships with them, no matter where they go or no matter what they do, they're able to dish off, hey, look, I got two people that are looking for housing, but we don't do that. Oh yeah, sure, I'll take those off your hands. And by the way, last week I had somebody for this, and you're just working together. That's what no, but I don't think anybody out here doesn't like making money. So if you can help somebody make money, trust me, you will be their first go-to the next time it comes around. So
Dimitri, I know you're in 3 locations. Service the like Montgomery, Alabama area, or are you suggesting that we can add additional income by doing similar to what you're doing?
Are you doing assisted living?
Oh yeah, residential assisted.
Residential?
Yes.
So for me, I'm placing patients to fill your beds. I would say, usually, like I said, we get paid through the assisted living. One of the great ways to build relationships, when it comes to assisted living, I'll tell you right now, market skilled nursing facilities like it's nobody's business. Those are going to be your main generators for people that are going to need assisted living. So, I mean, that would be the core strategy. If I was going into the assisted living market and, I was looking to drum up business, every skilled nursing facility in your area, I would be aggressively marketing them.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, bud, I'm not gonna hold you up. We got a small group here tonight, so it's recorded. I'll send you you the recording, and you can kind of do with it what you want, and I'll put it on my socials, and your contact information is there, and then I'll have it like also placed in there as well. So in like the comments. So I really appreciate this, man. My throat is I need to get off of here, man. I'm gonna try to lay back and get some rest. And but again, I appreciate you guys checking this out. And even though it wasn't a regular call, we still got some work done and got some stuff accomplished. So I'm happy about that. If you could throw the host back my way so we can shut it down. I think it's in the participant area. When you click on participant, you can throw the host back my way, and then I can shut this thing down and get my computer shut down. I think I can reclaim it here. So, all right, thanks a lot, man. And you guys have a good evening, and we'll catch up next Thursday.
Have a good one.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Dimitri.